Welcome to another edition of Some Good News Connecticut. I'm your host, Aaron Bowman. Now let's get on to some good news. And for our first story, we need to go to our outside correspondent. Let's see if he's there. Aaron, are you there for your news story? We're taking Some Good News Connecticut edition on the road today. So on today's edition of Some Good News Connecticut, Alyssa and I, say hello.
Hi.
And the kids, say hi kids.
Hi kids.
We are on our way to go to one of the local kids that Andy goes to school with. It is his birthday today, so we've piled in the car. We've got our signs. You got your signs back there?
Andy, showing the signs.
Where's your sign?
Hold them up. Say
We got some signs.
Myles.
And we're going to go say happy
Car
birthday to
parade.
Myles with a car parade. So here in Connecticut, we're spreading some good news. So here we are in Vernon, Connecticut, and we're getting ready to do this birthday parade. You can see all the cars lined up behind us, and we're going to start pretty soon. And there's Morgan with her sign. So let's jump back in the car and do this birthday parade. And as you can see, it's really important to support your community during this pandemic. And just like Andy's Girl Scout troop came by on her birthday, we were actually able to participate in another birthday parade for one of her classmates. So that was really cool that we got out there to film a little bit of it and to bring some cheer to somebody that couldn't have a traditional birthday party. Now our next story comes from some big burly motorcycle riders right here in Connecticut that were basically honoring our first responders and actually put together a motorcycle ride to go by the local hospitals. Now, if you want to see this full story, the links will be down in the description, but the America's Freedom Defenders is the motorcycle group that rallied behind all of our first defenders. Now, what's really cool about this motorcycle group is they're all made up of military veterans and their families. So shout out to you guys. I think it's really great that you got everybody together to go show support for our first line nurses and doctors and EMTs, firefighters, police officers, everybody that's out there, all those first responders that are out there dealing with this pandemic. So thumbs up to you guys, good job, and maybe I'll see you on the next ride. Now our next news story for Some Good News Connecticut edition comes from a local news channel here right in Connecticut, and that is Channel 3 News. They actually have something called 3 Cares, and they've been putting together these events to hand out masks to Connecticut residents along with hand sanitizer bottles. Now their last one was done in Naugatuck, and they handed out over 50,000 masks and 6,000 bottles of hand sanitizer with the help of some retired nurses. So double thumbs up to you guys. That's awesome. I'm glad to see that you're using your influence to be able to help the communities here around Connecticut. Now, there were some partners involved in this, so I want to make sure I give everybody credit where credit is due. And those volunteers for Masks for CT were the Naugatuck Valley Community College, the Jewish Federation of Greater New Haven, and Webster Bank. So it was awesome that everybody could come together, get those masks and hand sanitizers out to the people that need it, or the ones that just couldn't get to the store to get it before it was all gone. So again, thanks a lot, Channel 3 News. Keep up the good work. And our last story for Some Good News Connecticut edition has to do with going outside. You heard that correctly. I did say going outside. So as we all know, there has been a stay-at-home order. We've all been cooped up in our houses except for essential runs to the grocery store to get medication at your local pharmacy, that sort of thing. But because we are starting to see a downturn on cases as far as people being admitted to the hospital, Fairfield has decided to open up their beaches. So the other day they opened them up. It wasn't really that nice here in Connecticut. We've been getting pretty hammered with gray clouds and rain and stuff like that, but they were able to get the beaches open. So if you're thinking of going to the beaches in Fairfield, there's a few rules that you have to follow when you go, because they really want to make sure everyone practices the social distancing. And those rules are: you can't bring any blankets, you can't bring any coolers, you can't play any games or have any bonfires. What they really want you to do is really get out to the beach, get some fresh air, go for a walk, put your toes in the sand and in the water, and then pretty much call it a day. Which, considering we've all been cooped up in our homes with this stay-at-home order, it's not a bad deal to at least get out there and go for a nice walk. So that is it for this edition of Some Good News Connecticut. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing all your smiling faces on the next edition. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, And I guess still stay home unless you're in Fairfield and you're going to the beaches. We'll see you on the next video.